because we have a lot of poets and it's warm. I'm Cheryl Nosey. I've had the honor of working at Prescott for almost 5 years now. I have a few things I'd like to tell you. The PTA has helped with fundraising for the collaborative this year. We are selling family organizers, which are refrigerator calendars that record the schedule of 5 people at this table. We're also selling the anthologies that each child received free as gifts for grandparents and people out of town. The third thing we're doing at this table is we have a sign up for a summer camp. The Art Museum and the Collaborative are working together to have the children write poems and then create monoprints 1 week, and the second week is writing poems and putting together their own books. If you sign up at the table, we will send you a brochure. We're going to start with the 4th grade tonight. Are there any readers in the audience that would like to come up and join the readers that are already seated here? Okay. Our first reader tonight is Evan Laskowski. Do you want to hold it, or do you want me to hold it, Evan? All right. Right up to your mouth, Evan.
Okay, this is my first poem. It's on poetry itself. Poetry. Today the world will end, but not ours. But things that have never existed will die. But that is poetry in my head. It builds up and collapses time and time again. Everything is I can't even remember it. A circle of life. Ideas die and are forever lost. Poetry is an eagle waiting for its prey and suddenly has an idea. Poetry can be good or bad. It's never the same as it just people are always changing, building, collapsing, rebuilding, growing, and this poem is done. And my next one is called My Perfect Day. My perfect day. I'd have a limitless credit card to spend on all I please. I'd wake up at 6:30. I'd sit on my bed and pet my cat until I got hungry. I'd eat pancakes with blueberry syrup, 2 3-minute eggs, hash browns, 4 perfectly cooked strips of bacon, 2 sausages, and a partridge in a pear tree knot. Then I'd go out and watch a movie till lunch at a movie theater. Zip over to the mall, eat chicken osaka at the mustard seed. Rent a fighter jet and go zip to Hawaii for some scuba diving. Eat liver and bacon, mashed potatoes and gravy, hash browns, solid pork I can't read that.
Pork and pizza.
Pork and pizza, stuffed crust, of course. Then I'd sit by the fire and read until I fell asleep. Oh yeah, I kept the fighter jet and shop politics.
Our next reader is Jessica Weimers. Weimers? Do you want me to hold her, or can you? Right up to your mouth.
My first poem is when I had no faith, I made my hope my water. When I had no love, I made my passion my care. When I had no shelter, I made my wind my blanket. When I had no ears, I made my feel my touch. When I had no future, I made my past my future. When I had no appetite, I made my air my feast. When I had no memory, soft blonde hair. The cold white snow makes my insides and outsides shiver like the ocean in the thundering storm. The air whistles silently when the angels are asleep. The trees dancing with grace for my lovely grandma. And that is how joy, nature, and love talk and walk together.
Our next fourth grade reader is Jenna Seaman.
The first poem I'm going to read is called The Seasons. Spring. The roses are as white as a wedding dress. The sun is as bright as the flame of a candle. The tulips are as purple as a plum. The frogs are as green as the garden hose. The water at Butthead is bluer than the sky. The grass is greener than the stem of the flower. Summer. The trees are as green as our science books. Fall. The trees' leaves are falling like an apple falling off an apple tree. Winter. The snow is as white as the toilet paper in a hotel's bathroom. My second poem is called My Soul Is. My soul is a fast-moving train that goes 75 miles per hour and never stops for a break. She smells like a fresh ripe orange that was just picked from a tree, and she loves Celine Dion's music, and she's shaped like a red ruby in a ring. She looks like a manatee, and if you don't believe it, she is a manatee. But she is very small. She is as hot as the sun. So if you look at it, you would go blind. She is made of silk. She is also as yellow as the sun. It sounds like a tambourine, and it likes to go on trips in the winter, like to the big mountain North Florida to do the tango. She lives in my heart, and she hates it when the doctor operates on it or listens to it. And her name is Sky, like the dark night or the beautiful sunrise in the morning.
Our next reader is Jessie Adams.
Right up by your mouth.
Hi, my name is Jessie Adams, and I'll be reading Samurai. When I had no family, animals comforted me. When I had no house, the trees were my cover. When I had no blanket, the snow was warm. When I had no water, the air was my drink. When I had no food, the trees were plentiful. When I had no friends, my heart was my comrade. When I had no future, my hope was ahead of me. I had my path. When my soul ran away, my life brought it back. When I had no life, I let my spirit fly. My next poem is called My Soul Is. My soul is a soundless sound running and leaping around, wildly in every direction. My soul is a sly fox, feeling the breeze pass by. My soul is a light fire that keeps me warm all the time. My soul smells like something you've never smelled before. My soul is blue, like the color of the bluebird high up in a tree. My soul is fool's gold, making people think they're rich when they aren't. My soul is a forest so big that you can only see the start of it. My soul is a maze so complicated it would take you a lifetime to find the end. My soul doesn't have a name, but it wants one, and the only way it can get a name is to finish its own maze. My soul lives in my waves, making me swift and fly as a fox. My soul is the second person in my body, making one person too. And my last poem is called My Color. This is my color. My color of the sky day and night. My color is the color of my fish life. It is the color of peace, and it carries the sense of heaven. It is a gurgling stream, soothing my feet. It is the color of my pool and its water. It is the color of my own. You can hear things in this color. At night, you can hear the quiet peep of crickets and the owl answering back. In the early morning, you can hear the skylarks sing, and one time, the ripple of a string. You can see peace in my color, and the sky is water. My color is a treasure untold of. My treasure is a color, keeping me alive in different ways. Number 1, it is the air that I breathe. Number 2, it is the water that I drink. Number 3, it is a color, and a color is something that no person can live without. My color is blue.
Our next fourth grade reader is Kelsey Dubois.
My first poem is called My Cats. My cats are wacko because it always seems like they're playing tag. Because first Target chases BJ into my mom's bedroom and BJ chases Target out of the room. They always fight like brother and sister do. For turns for food and water, treats and toys. They always been little, but now they're huge. My next poem is called A Day in My Life 2022. A day in my life in the year 2022 will be a lot different from today. I will live in a mansion and I will have one car which is automatic working. I ate a piece of toast and drank a cup of coffee. I work as a veterinarian for the animals. I live on planet Saturn, the second. I have a Martian for a pet. I take vacations, go to Earth for weekends. I believe aliens should be allowed on planet Earth. Pollution doesn't exist on my planet.
Our next reader is Marissa Schmidt.
My first poem I'm reading is So Much Depends Upon. So much depends upon my 3 dogs jumping on me after school. And so much depends upon horses as they nudge me for a treat when I bring treats. So much depends upon my poetry teacher, Cheryl Murphy. Without her, I wouldn't be writing this poem and lots of other poems. So much depends upon my mom and dad supporting me. So much depends upon my teachers for teaching me everything I know and for putting up with me. So much depends upon my friends for being there in the good times and the bad, and that's what so much depends upon. The next poem is Animals. Do I hear a sound? Yes, I do. I hear the beautiful sound of a wolf roaming around to find a midnight snack. All animals are beautiful to me except some bugs and insects. Animals are different and alike in some ways. Animals can be different colors, fast or slow, big and little, or skinny or fat. I don't really care if there are any of these things, but the thing that's most important to me is that we have animals on this planet.
Our next reader
always nice, and I have a nice mom. And I have a dog, but when I come home, he jumps on me. My rat is cute, and he is a boy rat. I like it when I come home, he will run around in his cage, and then he goes and squeezes between his dish and the side of the house. He's okay, but I like it anyway because he is my rat, and I like him. He just likes being played with, and he also likes going up in the sleeves of my shirt. He wants to have, oh my God.
Go ahead.
I don't want to
They can stand it. They can take it.
you know, that name buttons. My rat's name is Ben. He also likes to listen to rap. Like, oh, and honey. He is a rapper rat. I wonder. He does a lot. That's why I call him that. Rapper rat. He is a cool rat. That's why I like him.
Thank you. Our next poet is Molly Clevenger. Right up to your mouth.
My first poem is called Nature. Out in nature, bugs are crawling all around. The monkeys are zipping from branch to branch. There is a storm rolling in like a shadow. The wind is whistling through the trees. The monkeys are zipping from branch to branch. The rain is starting to pour. The wind is whistling through the trees. There's lightning like never before. The rain is starting to pour. It smells like delicious tea. There's lightning like never before. That is nature to me. My next poem is called Ode to Animals. Animals are spectacular creatures. They have a lot of wonderful features. Dogs are so funny and fine, and monkeys always swing from a vine. Rabbits are hiding in holes, and fish are blubbering in their bowls. Frogs are croaking loudly, and lions are roaring so proudly. I love the animals. That's the ode to animals.
Casey Carlson.
When I had no soul, I had my brother, my soulmate. When I had no dad, I made my brother my stepdad. When I had no friend, I made my cat my best friend. When I had no cat, I made my best friend. Then I made my friend's dog my second best friend. When I had no dad, he be my second best friend. So I made the bird my third best friend, and I'll stick with that. Bye now. Okay, that's not the proper ending. You made it out of here after a while crocodile. I would like to go to Mars and see all of the beautiful colors. I would like to see a black hole, and I would look at all of the stars. I would go to the moon to see the first footprint. Then I would fly back to Earth. I wish I could stay in outer space.
Our next reader is Carrie Surhala.
before. Sitting behind the fence one morning, I saw her. Burns on her feet and an empty water dish. I put my fingers through the bars. As she licked them, I rubbed her ear. Then a strange man led her oil up and kneeled down as she licked my face. The moon gave my mom gave the man money and a piece. We have been together for 4.5 years now, and she seems to be with me everywhere I go.
The next reader is Dominic Goebel.
At Bob's Chipper Dipper. At Bob's Chipper Dipper eyeball factories, girls have infected jelly keys and liver measured number over plain quacks, almost sandy threads under very weird X-ray vision, yellow zebras. My mind looks like a football. It thinks about football. It likes pizza. It wishes I could forget when it got stitches above my eye. My mind wants to remember when the Packers won Super Bowl 1, 2, and 31. It moves very fast. It smells like pizza. It's green and it likes every kind of animal.
Our next reader is Anna Wright.
My first poem is The Cat is on My Pillow. I wake up in the morning, my cat is on my pillow. Her fur is tickling my ear. Then I look out the window. My cat is on my pillow. Then I went to eat. Then I looked out the window. I started to get bored, so I watched some TV. Then I went to eat. Then I decorated the tree. Then I started to get bored, so I went to watch TV. I did not know it was 12 o'clock, so I went to bed. My next poem is The Colors I See. The color blue yonder makes me think I'm riding my horse through the wind. The color southern phoenix reminds me of muddy cat prints on the floor. The color melodicious mauve makes me think of my Aunt Connie's makeup that she puts on every morning. The color frosted pine makes me think of a blaze of ice on the frosted tree. The color essence reminds me of the rose on a bush. Paul stone makes me think of a hurricane. The color Ophelia violet makes me think of the beautiful blouse I used to have. Beethoven blue reminds me of the icing on a cake.
Thank you. Our next reader is Elsie Bauer.
My first poem is called Beauty Balance. I love the balance of this rhino. It's very steady and firm. Its real name is the occurrence, but I like to call it Beauty Balance because it balances beautifully. It's very pretty. It must be very strong to hold that rock on its head. Well, I have to go now, but I'll talk about something else that's pretty good. My next poem is called Colors of My Future. I look at the sky, I love its color. Huckleberry, I think it's called. I love lots of colors, sunflowers, racing green. I have some flowers. One is a red violet, and one is royal rose. One is a plum. I love my flowers. I also have animals that can can change any color I ask it cool. I also have a pond. It also can be any color I want. And anything I put into it turns that color too. There's the color of moonlight. Better go to bed. Tell you more tomorrow.
Annie Yeager.
My first poem is called Sounds of Life. I like the sounds of music coming in my ear, the sounds of my dog when I scratch his ear, the sound of the phone when it rings and rings, the sound of my name when it is called, the clattering of Christmas lights every year when they're swaying in the wind, the sound of a splash when my sister jumps in the pool, the screeching brakes when a car stops for a stop sign. But when I want some quiet, I think hard and go back 2,000 miles in my mind. I will see a world of snow and sparkles in the sky. I see snowflakes in the sky. And when I want hot, I go to paradise. I see waterfalls and pretty sun. I see clear water with fish swimming in the water. And when someone tries to talk to me, I hear nothing except quiet. The next poem is called Once I Went Inside Sand. Once I went inside a piece of sand, and what did I see? I saw a bunch of sparkles and doves all around me. I saw something in the sky twinkling up above. It was a beautiful star and the moon as well. I heard a bell ringing in my ear. I smelled the beautiful Christmas tree with the decorations that you could imagine. I felt like I was in a dream, but it was real life. And to my surprise, I saw an angel with sun sparkling halo right over me. I felt like I was flying in the clouds. I saw a falling star. It went inside a library in the sand. I saw a world of books. It was a world of reading. I saw a book crash with a bang. It scared me. I jumped and woke up. It was the best dream I have had.
Annie is one of 6 Prescott students who had their poetry published this year in Big Sky Signatures. Our next reader is Rhiannon Seaman.
My first poem is called Life. A hug is like a baby in its cradle. At night, the darkness speaks my side like a million steps leading to the White House. When I look down, the rust on the sidewalk is like a million firecrackers. A song is like a rhyming poem. A baby's cry is like an echo in the cannons. My next poem is called When. When I had no books, I made my hand makeup. When I had no hands, I made my writing. When I had no grandparents, I made my past my memory. When I had no moon, the stars in my light. When I had no church, the city were my prayers. When I had no mountains, the hills were my adventures. When my mind is blank, my dreams indicate me. When I have no future, my past is ahead of me.
Nice job. Our next reader is Nolan Frame.
The first poem is called In the Night. I woke up in the middle of the night. I looked out my frosty window. I saw a beautiful light. I saw moonlight. I looked out my frosty window. My dog came up to me. I saw moonlight. My dog licked my face. My dog came up to me. I pet my dog. My dog licked my face. I went back to sleep. My next poem is called When I Had Nothing. When I had no food, I made snow my lunch. When I had no hands, I made my mind my tool. When I had no family, I made my personality my friends. When I had no voice, I made poetry my words. When I had no light, I made death my path. When I had no energy, I made my imagination my cup of life. When I had no life, my poem.
Our next reader is Matt Hilbrand.
My first poem is my greatest adventure. How I started my greatest adventure is when I became small. When I looked around, everything was much, much, much bigger than me. I was very frightened, and when I went into my mind in my brother's room, I still looked around. I didn't see anything, so I looked down. There was a big shadow shaped like a foot. I ran and ran and ran. I flew past my brother's foot until I got to our bunk beds. It took me 3 hours to climb, and when my brother sat on the bottom bed, it was an earthquake. I fell and bounced on my brother into the TV. Luckily, it was my favorite show, Dragon Ball Z. I actually got to fight with them for a half an hour, and then my brother turned the TV off. It blew me out of the TV. I hit my head so hard it woke me up. It was just a dream, or was it? My second poem is my poetry world. When I start, my hand gets excited. Then he writes like a cheetah. But when I stop to think, my seconds are up. But when I start again, I made it to my poetry world. I see movies out of the poems I wrote. So I decided to meet my characters, such as Pikachu and Togepi, which are from Pokemon, and Goku, he's from Dragon Ball Z. Togepi is a baby Pokemon that is still in his egg with his head, arms, and legs out. I carry him around with Goku and Pikachu. We went and saw one of my most favorite movies, or as you prefer, one of my poems. It was my greatest adventure. After that, we decided to have a snack. Always in my poetry world, I feel happy. We had what I thought of. We had a pizza, then 4 triple-double fudge chocolate cream sundaes, which is 3 feet tall and 4 feet wide. We went driving in a $1 billion worth dollar Jeep. We went up to the mountains of dreams. We went back down and we won 3 contests that each of them gave us $1 billion cash. When I left, I remember every poem I wrote and my helpful teacher. I turned back into a cheetah and ran back into reality.
Our next reader is Derek Sales.
My brain is shaped like a football. I saw the movie Pokemon. It was just like a monster. The football structure breaks out. Comes a creature. It is Godzilla. He is huge. Godzilla has legs like a vampire and he has scales like a goldfish.
Thanks, Derek. Our next reader is Anna Golding.
piece of chocolate being ready to be opened. I love her a lot. The second poem is Beautiful Colors. When I went on my trip to Iowa, I saw colors all around. I saw white on my aunt's beautiful wedding dress and the beautiful red on her lips. I saw all the colors of her bouquet. Her bouquet was filled with beautiful flowers. The wedding cake was white. It had beautiful white beads around the side. She was so beautiful. I love her a lot.
Nice job. Our next reader is Shiana Armstrong.
Poetry is like the baby that never stops crying, or the cheetah that goes so very fast. It is like the sun that burns inside you. It is like the moonlit night so beautiful. Poetry is like the forest you don't run into. It is like helium that when you breathe in, you stop funny and your brain goes bonkers so faster. Poetry is like the bloom of a flower. It is like not a verse about to go with a verse of imagination. Poetry is an airplane going through the clouds as if it were thin air. When the snow starts to fall, and when it sparkles like crystals on the ground. I like my bed when I read with my puppy asleep at my side. I like rock and jazz music, and I like them, but I don't know why. I like cheese pizza with extra cheese. I like the smell of roses. I like blue green of the ocean. I like my friends because they are nice and don't make fun of me when I do dumb stuff. I like my puppy when she was home with a ball. If I had run away, she would be screwed off and run away.
Good job. The next reader is Desiree Guzzi. All right.
The first one I'm going to read is The Colors of My Childhood. Rosary green is the color of Iggy, yellow glen. Timeless pink is the color of my cloth. River run blue is the color of the sky. Pink ribbon is the color of one of my ribbons. Timeless pink is the color of my cloth. High sun is the color of my house. Pink ribbon is the color of one of my ribbons. Low tide is the color of the sea. High sun is the color of my house. Dark is the color of my room. Low tide is the color of the sea. Ice crystal is the color of water.
Our next reader is Ben Carstensen. Hold it yourself. Roll it your hands.
Can you hear it? You can hear a bark. Can you hear it? Can you hear her? Look into her eyes. You can hear a bark, a whimper, a growl, a pant, and maybe just quiet. But that is my point of view. I wonder, what's the dog's point of view? You are a lead wolf and a very cunning dog. My soul. He is my master. He controls me. I know what he knows. I am his mind. He is my mind. My mind is a dog, and I am his leash. Do I have him under control? Heel, heel. You're going too fast. Good boy. He is my leash. At thieves I bark, and lovers I wag my tail. I love my mind. It takes me places I've never been. When I have a plan, my mind types it down, but like a dog, I eat my homework and ideas.
How did you want me to
Okay, this is my first poem and I don't really have a name for it. When I had no brother, I made my dog my brother. When I had no fear, I made my dream my fear. When I had no nightmare, I made my memory my nightmare. When I had no voice, I made my soul my voice. When I had no friend, I made comfort. And this one's called Brain. My brain is a rectangle like a StarCraft box. All I think about is skiing, Game Boy, math, and algebra, StarCraft, Words of Magic, Warcraft, and other things. I like to eat pizza, pop, junk food, fruit, more junk food, vegetables, and even more junk food, plus fruit, tuna, and other foods. I don't want to forget anything, and I like to remember everything. I like to play StarCraft, get on Battle.net, play other computer games, play sports, eat, play with Walt, play with other people, and play Magic. I like to go to Australia, Germany, New York, and Central America.
Our next reader is Walt Javins.
I'm Walt, as you probably know, but this is my poem. It's called A Hike on Mount Jumbo. I once took a hike on Mount Jumbo, the rock gray mountain that I live on. The dull cream-colored grass with toffee rocks giving way to a bitter roots the color of truth, with bluebells the color of the sky, and honeysuckle the color of the sun. But then I saw a road the color of lies and pollution cutting through the priceless hillside.
Hannah Ralston.
I'm going to read a poem called Star. The sky is wistful blue at night. Something tells me everything's right. I wish upon a single star. That star seems so very far. Then it's hidden by a tree. I wonder if the star sees me.
Stephen Walker is our next reader.
Right up to your mouth, Stephanie.
My poem's called Colors of My Life. Purple reminds me of smelling a sweet violet in a golden field. Green reminds me of slick mountain dew. Gray reminds me of a morning mist hanging above the lake. Brown reminds me of the wild grass slowly waving in the wind. Yellow reminds me of sun shining on a snow-crested peak. Blue reminds me of waves slowly crashing on the shore. Those are the colors of my life.
Tess Melton.
My first poem is When I Had No. When I had no friends, I made poetry my waterfall. When I had no heart, I made the TV my hope. When I had no soul, heaven was my faith. When I had no passion, reading was my world. When I had no family, books were my love. When I had no mind, I made sense my instinct. When I had nothing, anything became everything. When I had no pencil, paper was my music. When I had no fingers, imagination became my eye. When I had no color, nature was my prayer. When I had no creativity, affection is my story. When I had no reducedness, recycle is my reuse. When I had no water, love is my home. When I had no electricity, memory was my future. When I had no animals, blankets, or my numbers. When I had no stickers, bookmarks, or my space. When I had no instruments, holidays become writing. When I had no lettering material, the past. When I had no poetry, the universe became Armageddon. When I had no mechanics, the pool became stuff. When I had no hunger, taste was my food. When I had no school, homework became my books. When I had no books, metal became my wisdom. When I had no joy, ink was my life. When I had no world, death became my future. My second poem is called My Soul Is. My soul is like the shape of a flying forever bird, a frog when it's in the water, a pig when it's in the air. My soul is in love with the season spring, from the deepest soil of Georgia. My soul migrates to California when it's winter. My soul's favorite food is pepperoni pizza and the Red Devil energy drink. My soul likes to play tennis. My soul's favorite holiday are my birthday and Christmas. My soul is the fastest runner in the world. My soul loves to glide over the landscape of Scotland. My soul is a soul that loves the smell of the fresh baked bread and the smell of the wet floor of the rainforest. My soul is at the tip of my left pinky finger. My soul loves the colors yellow, green, and blue. My soul loves the sound of the clarinet, violin, and tuba together. My soul likes to jump in the air as if it was a trampoline. My soul is a young, bright-minded teenager. My soul always screams in a laughy way. My soul loves to dive in the ocean and explore sunken ships. My soul likes to speak all the languages of the world. The gentle sound of the wind that goes on forever. My soul's number one wish would be to live up in space forever.
Our next reader is Kelsey Maxson.
My first poem is called If I Had Nothing. When I had no life, I made death my future. When I had no love, I made passion my hope. When I had no poems, I made dreams my memory. When I had no imagination, I made the sea my images. When I had no animals, I made joy my pride. When I had no memory, I made everything my memory. When I had no darkness, I made passion my blackest sky that anyone could ever see. My second poem is called Just a Dream. As I lay here at night in despite, I think of all the things I've done, then I take out of them. As it's up to my head, I think of what it's like to be dead. Then I pull the trigger, it's getting really blurry, and I'm starting to get worried. Then I wake up, it was just a dream.
Katie Harrison is our next reader.
So much depends upon the trees. So much depends upon my parents. So much depends upon the summer. So much depends upon the deer and elk. So much depends upon the beautiful blue water waving in the breeze. So much depends upon the bees that make us nice and fresh baby honey that we pour on It just keeps rolling on. Poetry is not quiet. It's loud. As loud as my sister blasting her music when my parents are gone.
Our next reader is Stephanie Rotar.
I have a quest, a sea quest, is to paint the color sea quest. I have a song, it's called Sun Blue. Sun blue is the color of the sky. I'm smooth sailing, the color called smooth sailing. I have a sea venture, the color I would paint under the sea. I would paint it under sea blue. I have tomatillo mosaic pot in my kitchen. My candy is the color taffy glass. I have a color that I hold. It's yellow, but it's not anymore. My favorite color is picnic green and undersea blue. Picnic green reminds me of June, my birthday, and undersea blue is the lake at my cabin in June. I hear rain reflection, or I see rain reflection. Disco green is the color of the house in the country. High flyers in the color of my kite that I named High Flyer. Tangy green reminds me of my rat with third grade named Tangy, but he wasn't green. I have a green one. Its name is June. The card said the world was in your hands. I opened the gift so very carefully. Inside was a box. On top it said, World Peace. I opened the gift so carefully inside. I didn't open it until the very next day. I took outside and ran to the end of my road. I opened it and all the sparkles inside flew out until they all were left out. They flew over the land and ocean and stopped the world. The day was best and I ever heard. I told my family. They wondered what's inside the box. I still wonder where it came from.
Jacob Harrison.
When I had no family, I made my friends my family. When I had no friends, I made food my friends. When I had no food, I made water my food. When I had no water, I made the trees my water. When I had no trees, I made my throat the trees. When I had no throat, I used my head. When I had no head, I used my heart. When I had no heart, I made love my heart. When I had no love, I used my spirit. When I had no spirit, I used my faith. So much depends upon my bed. The covers keeping you warm at night. The pillow adding comfort to your head, helping you when you are sick to get better. The soft comfort of your mattress and sheets. The fluffy pillow that allows your head to sink down and go to sleep. So much depends upon my bed.
The last of our fourth grade readers tonight is Victoria Sullivan.
Poetry. Perfect thing about out of work fun. Exciting time to review your memories. Poetry is outraging, exciting, terrific, radical, yet other things. Poetry is like when I look at my poetry teacher and I think of everything. This poetry is The monkey was making a banana split. The monkey thought it would be bad. He went back climbing a tree. But the monkey was making a banana split. When he ate the banana split, he went back climbing a tree. I think he was confused.
We have two more fourth grade readers. The first is Kelsey Toth.
My first poem is Magic Colors. It sends me off into another world with unicorns. I see blue bells all around. It's like I'm flying in the sky, off with everything that's in my mind. The color is like a magic carpet ride. Butterflies fluttering in the clouds. I hear light rain falling down. Fruit trees, flowers, and swiftly flying through the wind. Out in space with no stars or planets, everything turns that color. An evening sky with big fluffy clouds. Flying through the land fast but slow. Running or specking when it stops. It's all those things. A velvety puppy. Very brave. What is my color? You'll never know. On an island, having to swim through it to get there. Where? You'll never know. It's falling from the sky, laying on the snow. Mysterious. My second poem is going inside. I would go inside my dog. He smells everything. He smells pizza. He starts running toward the smell. I get jiggled around in his body. It smells bad. It's all different colors. It sounds like rocks falling from the sky. He stops and finds a garbage can. He can't get the pizza. Then he hears a chirp. Off he goes into a field. Now I'm in his stomach. It sounds like shovels digging because my dog is. What is he looking for? Is he looking for the chirpier? Finally he gives up. It is hot inside here. Wait, where am I? I think I'm in his brain. I am in his brain. He starts trotting up the hill. In his brain I can hear what he hears, smell what he smells, and yes, taste what he tastes. He stopped at a door and scratched. It opened. My dog coughed me out. I grew big. I was back in my house. Not inside a dog. Nobody knew where I really was. They thought I was on a walk. I'll never tell them where I really was.
And finally, Megan Lund.
My first poem is Staying Up All Night. I was staying up all night because I was watching the fire crackles go off. I even forgot it was night. I thought I would get very sick. I didn't. I turned around. I saw the sun rising to begin the day. The second one is imagination. I don't know what to say in this poem. My imagination is asleep. I pick my pencil and write. I'm drawing about my story, but then my imagination is asleep. I wake it up. I'm drawing about my story. It fell back asleep. I wake it up. My hand started writing. It fell back asleep. I woke it up. And then I finally got it finished.
We are now starting the fifth grade part of our reading tonight. Our first fifth grade reader is Deborah Nadelson.
The first poem I'm going to read is called How the Colors of Small Details Makes Me Feel. An awkward whisper makes me shiver. Pompeii has me wondering, while blue blossomer makes me sad. But new spring makes me want to get off bed and run for joy. With endless peach hot in the sky, it makes me run from the Chinese pagoda sun, forevermore in this timeless pink and pale thistle of home. The next one I did good friend that's not here tonight. When I had no cold, I made heat my ice cube. When I had no warmth, I made snowflakes my sunshine. When I had no friends, I made loneliness my partner. When I had no teacher, I made knowledge my scholar. When I had no voice, I made poetry my words. When I had no music, I made dancing my band. When I had no home, I made streetlights my mom. When I had no book, I made my imagination the story.
Sister Rebecca is going to read one poem also.
Hi, I'm Rebecca Nadelson, and my poem is called The Forest. I love the forest. I love the way it is utterly peaceful. The tall trees covered in rough, weathered bark, branches that are almost like people, some strong, some weak, some ugly, some pretty, some long, some short, all with some quality that makes them unique. The soft, smooth leaves that spread their beautiful green among the branches, making a canopy that sways gently in the slightest winds. I walk along the path, crunching fallen leaves and dead twigs beneath my feet, and making footprints in the soft yet firm soil of the path. Multicolored flowers line the trail, adding spots and splotches of brilliant color to the brown and green of the forest, or just simply adding their own special element to the beauty of the woods. Presently I come to a brook. It laughs playfully, bubbling and burbling along as it rushes down to the river. It invites me to play, to laugh, to sing as if a million songbirds inside me had just burst into song. And I comply. I run alongside it, laughing, dancing along, now and then singing songs that I have not sung for ever so long. At last I stop, breathless. I catch my breath and then tiptoe over to see a beautiful butterfly that has landed on the gorgeous yellow flower nearby. I watch it for a minute, then gently lift it onto my finger. For one magical moment it stays there, then it flies away. There is a moment when I'm sitting there. Then I shake myself with the magical daze that overtook me when I first saw the butterfly. I stand up. I look at my watch. It is already 5:30. I better get home if I want to make it home in time for dinner. On my way home, I pass a doe and her fawn, nestled into a bed of grass near a thicket. I stop for a moment and smile. The love that the mother shows for her child fills the air with an invisible warmth. Then I move on. When I get home, I sit down and eat dinner. That night, I fall asleep. The image of the mother and fawn still clear in my memory. It gives me peace, and I sleep deeply until morning.
Eddie Colston. It's on, right up to your mouth.
I went to a pool of rock. I jumped off the diving board. It hurt like a hollow ball. I climbed back up on the board. I jumped off the diving board. The rock changed into fire, but I got out. I climbed back up on the board. I tried to run away, but a rock was behind me. The rock changed into fire, but I got out. A tidal wave was in front of me. I tried to run away, but a rock was behind me. Blackout.
Jeff O'Neill.
My theater has a little man in it. He's jumping up and down with Howard Stern watching Jerry Springer. My theater has likenesses. He likes clowns and bad people and serial killers and elves and owls. And the next one's called The Gift. A day so great, I had no homework. I forgot what happened. I thought, why? I felt my day slip away. I saw the moon come.
Our next reader is Andy Bonson.
My first poem is called The Rope. The rope I climb to wake up is the rope I slide down at night. The same rope that turns the gears in my mind. A beautiful sunset so perfect I froze. I'll freeze my mind, heart, and soul. I forget He is always changing. My faces have likenesses, like the Crayola crayon you can never find. My laughter is like a record that plays the same thing over and over again. It is loud. My laughter has likenesses like poems.
Our next speaker is Clara Maya Chauvin.
My first poem is I am from. I am from nature, I am from my birth trophy, I am from song and talk, I am from scratch and bite, from life and death, I am from nowhere, I am from love and hate, I am from peppermint and vanilla, I am from arm and hammer, from birds and bees and flowers. I am from poetry and books, from squilling and squawking, I am from ice, snow, grass, rain, from bikes and skiing. I am from Laffy Taffy and Carmel. I am from the rattlesnake and rattlesnake garden. I am from sun and moon, sky and grass. Oh, to nothing, oh, to the hissing tangle of hair that lies upon my head. Oh, to the fattest dog in the world, oh, to the fierce bobcat like kitten Coco. Oh, to my dear dead midnight who was sweeter than chocolate. Oh, to animals in their fierce yet tame herds. Oh, to water, oh, to land, oh, to blessed life, and oh, to fiery death. Oh, to huge gray boulders, and to tiny red pebbles. Oh, to budding tulips and great quaking oaks. To trickles of water and great white rivers roaring in anger and love. Oh, to small and big, life and lifeless. Oh, it is everything and nothing.
Our next speaker is Charlie Gale.
Right up to your mouth.
My name is Charlie Gale, and I'm reading my first poem. Poetry. Something that is cool, neat, and exciting. Something. I cannot describe it. What is this P-letter word? Pig, pie, pineapple, pigskin. Let me think. Come on, pig, pie, pineapple, pigskin. Poetry. Listen to my second one. Title of Hero. My dad is in a wheelchair. He is a flirt to the pizza delivery girl. He is like ice cream that never melts. My dad is funny, like the weather when it changes. He is buff as a gorilla. He yells at me when I beat him up. My dad is like a machine that never gives up. He is yellow, green, and black. My dad is my hero.
Nice job, Charlie. Our next reader is the illustrator of the anthology this year, Sarah Rotar. Before Sarah reads, the museum staff have asked me to remind people to keep a large distance away from the art on the wall because they stick out and they're very, very fragile. Thank you. Do you want to hold it? Right up to your mouth?
Spring. The sun is shining. Spring is here. The flowers are blooming. Birds are chirping. Spring is here. Daydreams are in the air. Birds are chirping. Kids are playing. Daydreams are in the air. Summer is coming. Kids are playing. The days are long. Summer is coming. Nights are warm. The days are long. Stars shine bright at night. Nights are warm. Plants are budding. Stars shine bright at night. Spring has overcome winter. Plants are budding. Everything is fresh and new. Spring has overcome winter. But winter winter can come back.
Our next reader is Alyssa Bennett.
My first one's called My Anger. My anger has a lion in it. He is fighting and showing his teeth. A fire is falling down around the lion. Everything in a rage. My anger has a likeness. It is like a storm at sea. When I have no concentration, I make time my friend. When I have fear, I make sure itself be afraid. When I am without hope, my dreams take a journey. When I have no love, I make joy my comfort. When I am without thought, I use my hand as my mind. When I have no emotion, I make emptiness my feeling.
Our next reader is Nick Bouillard.
This poem is called My Grandpa. I feel him in his coat. I see him in my grandma. I hear him in the wind. I want him in my sadness. I love him in life and after death. I know him for myself. This next one is called Poetry is All My Worlds. Poetry is harpooning your first hummingbird. Poetry is flying into a nimbus cloud. Poetry is as deadly as a siren. Poetry is as harmless as a Tassie Taz. Poetry is as loud as Napa Falls. Poetry is as soft as a Dunham hunting. Poetry is my essence. Poetry is like tugging with a rock snake. Poetry is surfing in zip-line swamps. Poetry is like holding a fuzz ball. Poetry is like a gusset and gust. Poetry is like the holding of hands, the singing of songs, the humming of buzzles buzzing. Poetry is like playing with worms, chuckling with chirps. Poetry is my world and your world.
Our next reader is Brian Johnson.
When I had no sleep, I made light my diversity. When I had no songs, I made DC talk my life. When I had no life, I made heaven my place. When I had no keys, I made the window my door.
Thank you. Tiffany Sellers.
Go to my porcelain dolls who stand on my shelves, to my porcelain dolls who touch the ceiling, whispering to one another, to my porcelain dolls who come off the shelves to walk the house, to my porcelain dolls who dress in old-time dresses, to wedding dresses, to my porcelain dolls who watch me while I was asleep. Poetry. Poetry is a shop of porcelain dolls. Poetry is a hand that is straddled by tap. Poetry is a horse running for freedom. Poetry is like the colors of a sea. Poetry is a rose. Poetry is lightning in motion. Poetry is running to the end. Poetry is using your imagination. Poetry is a dream. Poetry is a friend.
Thank you. Mark Thomas is our next reader.
When I had no happiness, I made darkness my friend. When I had no book, I made my mind my spur. When I had no window, I made wonder my companion. When I had no color, I made black and white my pleasant. My hamster was like a knight in cotton armor, and my dog was like a turtle with no shell. My hamster used to pick on my dog, but now my hamster is dead. The day she died was a sunny Sunday morning, but it seems like it was a
am from star fruit with gloss and puzzle balls. I am from cookie and cream candy bars and tricks. I am from the sound of clink, clink, clink of the washing machine. I am from chocolate ice cream. I am from being a sister to two younger sisters and one older sister and one older brother. To being an aunt to a boy and a girl. I am from reading to vocations. I am from the ending, so the ending is coming. Here it is, the end. Okay, my next poem is Darkness. You go to sleep and then wake up. It goes by like a rabbit running from a fox. In the morning you think, what happened? It's the meaning to lights out. It goes by like a rabbit running from a fox. It fills empty houses. It's the meaning to lights out. When you want it to come, it never does. It fills empty houses. It is in a closed chest with memories. When you want it to come, it never does. It's in my room when I've gone to school. Thanks.
Nice job. Rachel Yeager.
When I had no friend, I made loneliness my buddy. When I had no feelings, I made my dreams my senses. When I had no fear, I made courage my enemy. When I had no love, power is my passion. When I had no dreams, hope is my thoughts. When I had no happiness, sadness is my joy. When I have no history, my future is my past. When I have nothing, something is my wealth. When I have no strength, weakness is my power. When I have no color, blackness is my tone. The flowers spring from the ground like magic. Newborn fawns stand on wobbling legs. The grass turns a beautiful, exciting green. Children run up and down the streets. Newborn fawns stand on wobbling legs. People are walking and riding their bikes. Children run up and down the streets. The street cleaners are removing winter gravel. People are walking and riding their bikes. Bees are forming new buds on the peach tree. The street cleaners are removing winter gravel. Finally, spring has come.
Our next reader is Lindsay Novus.
My happiness has an ice cream cone in it. It is melting in the sun. It's like Mrs. Chocolate Chips. My temper has an angry shark in it. It is tearing at fish. Its likeness is the fish. I'm reading this poem for Carolyn Morel. Oh, to my mom. Oh, to my mom, you always smell so good. Sometimes you smell like daffodils in a wide open field in the spring. You're always caring and considerate, but sometimes you're too caring and considerate. You make the best, fluffiest pancakes that taste like heaven. I have nothing to worry about being clean, because you always ride my hide till I end. Whenever I'm sad, your smile is like the sunshine and makes me happy. You're the greatest mom ever even when you're angry and crabby. Oh, to my dad. Oh, to my dad, you always make me smile and have so much confidence in me. You make the best golden brown waffles ever. You show me how to do something right. You're always there for me when I need somebody's shoulder to lean on. I love it when you call me Puddin', Squirt, and CB. You always tell me it's to calm down and to solve this problem in a good way. I love it when you coach me. I learn so much from you, Dad. You are the greatest dad ever. Even when you are mad and crabby.
The next reader is Sarah
soccer, basketball, running, racing, winning, losing, and trying. I'm from, oh, I'm glad to have all of that weight off my shoulders, or don't ask no questions. I'm from all of the things listed above. And then this one's about poetry. Poetry is like a wild wind tumbling. It is a friend giving you advice. Poetry is like your dad mumbling. It is a lot funner than having lice. Poetry is like a little girl humbling. It is a good play to write. Poetry is my mind racing and rumbling. It is not at all like friendly mice.
Our next reader is Chris Volkman.
I'm going to be reading on what I depend on. I depend upon the sound of the soccer ball hitting my foot. I depend upon the sound of my skis cutting through the snow. I depend upon the ball going in goal. I depend upon going past the finish line in a ski lift.
Jamie Stoltz.
My first poem is called Childhood. Childhood is gone now, the magic has not faded. Dolls of dreams are out of style now, practical with passion. The next one is called Ski Racing Thought. The wind is way too loud, go faster, make it louder. The gate is the enemy, go faster, sharp edges are fence. The gate is the enemy, snow makes you fast, sharp edges are fence. Don't jar your knees, snow makes you slow. Remember the gate, don't hurt your knees. Where's the delay? Remember the gate. Was there a hairpin? Where's the delay? Now comes the tuck. Was there a hairpin? Reach out to break it. Now comes the tuck. Make the wind stop. Reach out to break it. And still in one piece.
The next reader is Riley Summers Flanagan.
My name is Riley Summers Flanagan, and I'll be reading my poem, Ranch Cousin. She grins and I run, chase, four-wheeler, gravel road, jump, grasshoppers, slap. I sit on the back, she's driving full speed, ducks, the butterfly net fills with grasshoppers. We float fast down the river, floaty diapers as we call them, standing, rocks, flying, trip, slap, ow. We race, trying to catch our cousins, pain and confusion found in my head. Four-wheeler, gravel road, jump, cattle guard, bounce. We get off laughing, holding grasshoppers by their back legs. We give them to ducks. Chomp, peck, waddle. Gates, fences. I limp, hand hurt, ow. Gate open, step, move. I don't cry because Whitney doesn't know what to do when people cry. House, steps, deck door. Faces, ducks, voices, ow. My hurt, my right hand, palm thunders deeply, burning deeply. We grab sheets, running out to the field. Raise, smile, laugh, jump, billowing sheets. Fly, run, jump again. 1, 2, 3. As we shout, 1, 2, 3, and jump, flying a few feet and landing on our bottoms. Laughing, jumping, falling. Whitney and I are crazy. We laugh. Trades, giggling, funny, stupid, movie, book. She gives me a glass of water to help stop laughing. Sigh, gasp, bit of laughter, water, laugh. I walk beside her. There's worry in her eyes. Chucky, gone. Look, worry, river, rock, ducks. Feathers, none. We search hard, trying to find Chucky. Look, worry, wish. Otis follows us. Whitney is frantic. We never find him. He disappears. There's no sign of him. Never will be. I wish there was. is called Cross Ride. She leans slowly forward, one hand brushing the coarse fur of Poco's shoulder. Her cheek slides down his mane. Her arms drape down his neck, and he walks slowly forward through the trees. His whinny sounds like a deep, rough laugh. She smiles and zips out. She clicks her heels into his sides, giving the okay. His hooves clap the ground, beating on the slightly used trail, and moving quickly to avoid outreaching branches. The minutes blow past her face. Everything is perfect.
Carol McElnay is our next reader.
The first poem I will be reading is called Camp Out. We decided to sleep outside in our tent. The tent is in our backyard. I was getting ready to go to bed in my sleeping bag. That night I woke up, but usually I don't wake up in the night. I heard something. It sounded like a bear or a wolf. Then I heard my cat. She was hissing at the beast. My parents told us to get in the middle of the tent, just in case the beast jumped at the tent. Our cat hissed and made the beast go near her, but luckily she was under the deck and wasn't harmed. The beast finally went away. The second poem that I will be reading is called Where I'm From. I am from disaster and surprise. I am from baseball and soccer. I am from music and songs. I am from nicknames like Sweetie Pie and Big Girl. I am from hot tamales and blow pops. I am from the Mile High City, Denver, York, Pennsylvania, Plano, Illinois, and Missoula, Montana. I'm from fighting and saying sorry. I'm from Lake Area where I used to go every summer. I'm from Prescott School and skiing anywhere. I'm from the living and the dead. I'm from car trips and moving across country. I'm from art and the carousel. I'm from flowers and trees. I'm from Christmas, the future, and the past. I'm from me.
My first poem is about my dog. My dog Bob, he likes to chew and bite things. He is a strange pup because all he does is get into mischief. He shows all the other animals how to get into the garbage can. He can jump about 4 feet high in the air. He tries to bite your hand or he tries to touch it. He loves to cuddle in bed with me until we fall asleep. My second poem is about my cat. I have a cat, her name is Sassy. She sleeps like a dead cat alive long enough to creep off the road. She wakes up from the loud barking of the dog. My third poem is about poetry. Poetry is like a stone so heavy you cannot lift it to write a little fun poem. Oh, how I love to run through the field like a pencil swift along the paper. Ears hear your voice as you read your poem. It helps you not to be scared in front of a big audience. True, I am scared myself, but I let them know I am not scared, so scared. Ray, my big brother, he can be an excellent poetry writer, but I am too. You may not have a fun time writing and reading poems, but it warms your heart with joy and no madness.
Our next reader is Ruby Reese.
My first poem is called Eat the Universe. turns around, following the sun's footsteps, turning round and round. All the planets in a line. I see all the universe. The second poem reading is called My Soul. My heart pumps, bump, bump. My soul awakens, alive. My eyes wink, blink, blink. My last poem is called Sky. So much depends upon the stars that twinkle, the earth turning, the sun shining, the moon's eyes on me, the fluffy white clouds, the pale blue skies, the screech and howl of nature, and the end of this poem.
Our next reader is Ashley McDonald.
Poem called Color. My dog likes to swim. The color of the ocean is deep blue, and the color of my dog is black. My cat meowing is the color of cool lilac, and the color of my bird is aqua eagle. The color of my violin is viola black, and the color of my mom's favorite rose bush is garden rose. The second poem is called Spring. The tree is blooming, the dog is playing outside, the leaves are growing, the tree is blooming, the cat is climbing, birds are chirping, the rat is building her home, the dog share playing with toys, the birds are growing, the baby birds are being born, and bears are coming out.
Our next reader is Kristen Carey.
When I had no teeth, I made my tongue to my boots. When I had no answers, I kept asking questions. When I had no time, I made the sky my limit. When I had no books, I made dreams my source. When I had no pictures, I made artwork my sensation. When I had no thoughts, I made dreams my outcome. And my next poem is called A Gift. A dream so dreamy it's tired. A dream of everything and nothing. I forget school, my family and friends. I think just about me, myself, and I. I feel sunny and warm away from everyone. I see nothing but love.
Our next reader is Adair Rice.
Fire Princess is the daughter of a fat, chubby devil. She moans red sound, and her fangs could kill any of God's creatures. Her cheeks look like lobster tails, and her earrings are whalebone. If you stare into her filtered green eyes, you can see a perfect blue mist. Her dress is velour blue with opal-green marks on it. Her lips are the color of the twilight zone, and her hair looks like Irish juniper. Her hat is a pearl violet. Her necklace is like an April blush. House, our Southern Phoenix Inside Out. This tail's gone. I smell her every day. I still have her basket, smelling like an evening shower. She was a light shower. We were not near each other, really. I met her once or twice. She could never see me graduate. She was proud of me. Like the sun, proud of the sky. In her old picture, her eyes did a diamond dance. She was beautiful. Her cheeks may have been roses. My mom was designing her at a younger age. My mother showed me a picture of her in her early 20s, and then she looked at my last school photo. Comparing our smiles, we had the same soul. But no longer will I see her apricot smile, or be there, or see her snowstorm hair. And still I remember my grandma's last words when I heard her on the telephone. I love you. And maybe that's why I feel like a star child.
My comment is where poetry comes from. Poetry comes from the heart. It comes from hard work, and it comes from thinking, and it comes from your mind. Poetry is like a hard day at work, and it is like racing at 300 miles per hour. It is like skydiving. It is great.
When I had no skeleton, I made air my bones. When I had no hope, I made fear my guide. When I had no love, I made loneliness my accompanist. Dogs are playing fetch, bears are eating flesh, cats are chasing rats, moms are speaking brats. Electricians are wiring lines, police are giving fines. A plumber is fixing drains, an old man has bad back pains. An old man named Fred is sleeping in his bed. An old woman named Brett is smoking a cigarette. Fish are being food, and they're not in a very good mood. Will Smith is making a movie, a baby is singing boogie. Boys are making noise while they're arguing over their toys.
Elizabeth Hamlet.
The first poem I'm going to read today is called I'm From. I'm from sleepy little towns. I'm from a highly nutritious breakfast with Captain Crunch. I'm from memories and jokes. I'm from nicknames like Lizard or Gizzard. I'm from the teasing big brother. I'm from horses running wild in the wind. I'm from shopping. I'm from skating and basketball. I'm from reading and listening to music. I'm from hiking and swimming. I'm from friends and family who stick to me. I'm from vanilla milkshakes and cookie dough ice cream. I'm from beaches and boogie boarding, and most of all, I'm from having fun.
The next reader is Patrick Carter.
The color blue reminds me of being at the dentist's office. The color blue makes me feel like I'm in a magical world and there's loud rock music coming out of invisible speakers. The color blue also reminds me of a magical world except that there's no music playing and everything is quiet. As you can tell, blue is my favorite color. Another color that makes me have feelings is orange, and I'm very, very mad at seeing orange all around, and little sparks of fire are sizzling on my face, but I feel numb.
called magic. My magic has a drink in it. There's fire coming out at me. I dodge it, wishing I had brought something to save me. My magic has likenesses, like fire, mountains, trees, and teddy bears, stars too. My magic has taken me to places that I have not been to. It has taken me on journeys I cannot come back to reality. I am fighting the dragon with me and him, eye to eye, seeing the fear in him. I can see his family life, then all of a sudden I hear him say, "Do you know the answer?" I look up, there's my teacher. I'm looking at the madness in her face, eyes, and feelings. I answer, She stops me and says, "I thought so. We'll get back to you later." I am back to reality, but my magic still goes on, for I am the captain of the spaceship. That's another story. My magic is wonderful. The next poem is to my mom, and it's called The Gift. My mom's so perfect, she cooks, cleans, and cares. I forgot she was my mom, but like a friend. I thought about all the times she was there for me. I felt her laugh, such a wonderful sound. I looked at her up and saw her smile. I will never forget how much she means to me, and what a gift she is. My first poem is about poetry. Poetic words are wonderful. They interest me. They make me wonder why you say things like that. These words make me happy and sad. They interest me. My mind goes wild. These words make me happy and sad. They're good words. My mind goes wild. I feel good inside. They're good words. Listen to them. Poem is called Dat Dat. Dat Dat is funny. He makes me laugh. He is wood and art. He is like steel but cotton. He is love and heart. He is mean but nice. I can't really not love him. but he can get mad at me. He's my Dat Dat.
Cynthia signed up. Is there a Cynthia that came to read tonight? I think we've finished. Are there any fifth graders that haven't read? Thank you everyone for coming to this marathon Prescott reading.